steel cage match featuring 3 of the most exciting superstars on the roster.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention, and it's important to remember amidst the chaos of a triple threat match, that victory can be achieved in many different ways, and that it's every man for himself.
Look at them, locked inside that cage like a couple of rabid animals. Oh!
Look at this. Oh, it's not going to be good. This is not going to be good.
What incredible power!
Wow, what a vertical suplex! Oh, impactful slam!
Belly to back suplex coming. No!
Oh. The Shining Wizard! Clothesline!
Up handle applied.
Gutbuster!
Thunderous slam.
Oh, look at it. Lariat. He looks a bit off his game here. I don't think he expected to be in this position here.
I hate to say it, but if he doesn't change his game plan soon, these 2 guys are going to tear him limb from limb.
Yeah, but if you count him out now, guys, you'd be making a very big mistake. Mark my words.
Oh, look at this. Oh, pump handle.
Gutbuster.
One arm hooked.
Face buster.
Boom!
Suplex. He's taking some offense. He can't rest on his laurels here. There are 2 other guys in there that want this match just as much as he does.
The best way to describe combatants clashing inside a steel cage is its battle of attrition. Sometimes a superstar is left with no choice but to fight fire with fire and do whatever they need to do in order to win the match. And sometimes it comes down to a superstar doing whatever they need to do in order to survive.
Right across the back of the neck.
He's making a statement here with this attack.
Byron, you touched on this earlier, but it's so important for a superstar to accept that there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in a steel cage match. That the conflict will be resolved within the 15-foot-high steel walls that surround the ring. And that losing a cage match can mean much more than a mark in the loss column. For some, it has meant the end of their career.
It's difficult to describe the damage that can be done to a superstar who competes in a steel cage match. We see the physical harm, but we don't see the psychological effects from being inside the cage. Make no mistake about it, Michael. The steel cage truly represents survival of the fittest.
Boom, what impact!
Some superstars who've competed in a triple threat match feel it's a good idea to have both a finishing move that...
Looking for all the glory here.
Oh, boy, he is rolling.
He's looking a little wobbly here, guys.
Michael, his legs look like they're about to give out on him.
Look at this. Oh, and a backbreaker.
Right to the spine.
Byron, we talk about the progression of steel cage matches and the type of structures that have been spawned from them. I need to point out that some cages have been electrified. One was made from bamboo in the form of a punjab.
Looking for the win.
What a cutter. Can he end it here?
Knocked him right off his feet.
Yeah, no kidding.
He might have it.
Oh, boy, he is rolling. Oh, boy, he is rolling.
Beautiful technique.
And there's his speed paying off.
Harsh impact. Oh, boy, he is rolling.
This might be it.
Oh, my.
Oh, nasty impact.
He's in a little bit of trouble now. His chances of winning this triple threat match are starting to dwindle.
This cage really has gotten the best of him tonight so far. So much so that it makes me question if he even has what it takes to win this thing.
The truth is,
Big punch finds its mark. That might just be the final nail in the coffin. There's almost no rebounding from a strike like that. Filthy German suplex.
harsh impact.
The longer this fight goes on, the more wear and tear on each competitor. Who is going to have enough to pick up the win? Dodges that one.
Look at this.
What a hellaciously physical match these gladiators have put themselves through. The intensity of this has been incredible.
There's got to be some point in the match where those thoughts start to creep in that it could be over. And then you got to dig down deep, get rid of the self-doubt, and continue on toward victory. I've seen countless triple threat matches over the years, and I can confidently say that this one ranks right up there with some of the all-time best.
Beautiful technique.
Oh, look at it. Gets out of the way of that one. Looking for a repeat.
There's the cover. This one's over, guys.
I don't know about you guys, but it looks to me like these superstars are on their last legs here.
You're not going to win many matches absorbing punishment like that.
I've seen countless triple threat matches over the years, and I can confidently say that this one ranks right up there with some of the all-time best.
Yes! Takes it!
All right, it's now time for the ladder match.
Well, we're looking at three of WWE's best going at it head-to-head in what promises to be an amazing match.
Here we go.
Oh, nasty impact.
Senton!
Man, that's gonna hurt.
Boom, what impact!
Oh!
Bringing it back between the ropes. Suplex!
What a stomp!
Good grief!
There he goes, crashing to the floor.
In February of 2017, SmackDown Live was lit thanks to an epic triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Champion Bray Wyatt defended the title against former champions John Cena and AJ Styles. This battle overflowed with mayhem before the match even got underway, thanks to Luke Harper attacking his former leader, Bray Wyatt.
It's not often that the WWE Championship is incapacitated before a title defense. John Cena and AJ Styles rekindled the rivalry with a renewed enthusiasm for destroying one another. Bray Wyatt ended the match and made up for lost time as the Eater of Worlds used his body as a weapon. It was pure chaos as AJ Styles followed suit with an unbelievable array of aerial attacks on both superstars. And John Cena continued to fight back in hopes of winning a record-breaking 17th World Championship.
All three superstars pulverized each other with every move in their respective arsenals. When it looked like another air assault was coming from AJ Styles, John Cena thwarted the attempt and then walked right into Sister Abigail from Bray Wyatt to end the conflict. In that victory, the WWE went further into the darkness that was the era of Wyatt.
Scoop slam!
And he reverses it.
You gotta believe this one's over. Toss to the outside.
Oh, my.
ladder finds the mark.
Gonna be tough to bounce back from that one.
Oh, man, what a hit.
Knocked right off the apron. Oh, boy, he is rolling.
Crucial moment. Boom, a knee strike.
Talk about taking care of business.
This is what makes him one of the best in the business.
Slam down hard.
The superstar always needs to be ready to be attacked by both opponents in a triple threat match. Circumstances create interesting alliances, and the numbers game can become your worst enemy in a hurry when you're competing against two other opponents. No matter how you look at it, it's a situation you don't want to be in, but you must prepare for it.
He doesn't want to do this outside the ring.
A competitor must be ready for the possibility that they'll fall victim to a 2-on-1 attack on a triple threat match. A great example of that was the triple threat match on SmackDown Live between AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler, and Baron Corbin. No one thought that Ziggler and Styles would work together to perform a double dive off the barricade that put Corbin through the Spanish announce table.
And that's exactly what a superstar always needs to have in the back of their mind. That at some point, their two opponents will most likely join together and take them out. It's one of many occupational hazards that come with competing in a triple threat match.
Some superstars who've competed in a triple threat match feel it's a good idea to have both a finishing move that brings you to a pinfall attempt on your opponent and a submission move that can make your opponent tap out. Given the chaotic and unpredictable nature of a triple threat, that sounds like a good plan to me. Oh boy, he is rolling.
Nailed it.
Byron, before you mention the strategy some superstars have implemented for competing in a triple threat match, and that includes having a finishing maneuver to put someone away for the 1-2-3 and a submission to make them tap out. There are many superstars in WWE who can do just that, which makes them even more dangerous to opponents.
The way I look at it is you can never have enough weapons at your disposal, especially in something like a triple threat match. If a superstar can defeat someone by pinfall and submission, to me, they increase their chances of victory in a match where the odds are against them to begin with. Outrageous athleticism on the Hurricanrana.
It's starting to look bleak for him now. He started this match in great health, but now it seems fatigue has set in.
RKO! Did that just happen?
That should do it.
Risks have been taken. Bodies have crashed and burned, and still the title hangs above the ring.
What a strike. Right on the mark. Boom! What impact!
I've seen countless triple threat matches over the years, and I can confidently say that this one ranks right up there with some of the all-time best. Oh, and the ladder finds the mark.
Gonna be tough to bounce back from that one.
In a weakened state here, guys. It could be all but over. Slam into the ropes.
Man, a cover. Game, set, match. This one is over.
Boy, this has just been pandemonium. I can't believe this one's still going on, especially after the beating that's been delivered tonight.
Big time slam. Vicious. Got a little something. Nailed it.
I'm not sure how much he has left.
Tossed around like a rag doll.
Back in the ring now.
Joey,
Here we go with this huge triple threat match.
And the simple philosophy here is to stay as far away from the tables as humanly possible. Sounds easy, right? Wrong.
This might be it. Oh, my.
There he goes, crashing to the floor.
Harsh impact.
It shouldn't be a shock that the Dudley boys were involved in one of the most intense tables matches we've seen in recent memory. At the 2015 TLC event, the Dudleys called on their Extreme brothers Tommy Dreamer and Rhino to battle the Wyatt family in an 8-man elimination tables match. People were flying everywhere that night, and in classic ECW fashion, so were the trash cans and kendo sticks.
Eventually, John Cena and Seth Rollins changed the landscape of the match by doing the one thing they never considered, and that was working together. The Beast survived 3 consecutive AAs from John Cena and a curb stomp from Seth Rollins. Cena and Rollins then went toe-to-toe as one tried to take the other out of the match.
All 3 superstars suffered an incredible beating, which included Brock Lesnar being treated by 2 doctors at ringside. After surviving a barrage of offense from Seth Rollins, the Beast returned to his feet and destroyed the Architect with a devastating F5 to retain his championship.
You want to talk about WWE Hall of Famers taking things to the extreme? The first time many fans saw somebody put through a table was in 1984. Randy Macho Man Savage drove Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express through a table with a pile driver at the Mid-South Coliseum.
You gotta believe this one's over.
Corey, I remember seeing photos of that horrible scene in wrestling magazines. The pile driver was utilized when Terry Funk planted Nature Boy Ric Flair on a table at WCW's Wrestle War 89 pay-per-view. And something happened in sports entertainment in the early 90s called Extreme Championship Wrestling. ECW superstars crashed through tables all the time.
And what was going on in Philadelphia caused a craze of wood being turned into wood chips thanks to tables matches. In order to win a tables match, a competitor must be the first person to put their opponent through a table. We've also witnessed brutality evolve and superstars crash through flaming tables.
Hooked up in a pump handle. Uh-oh. Irish whip.
Woo-wee.
Oh, he turns it around.
Irish whip.
He doesn't want to do this outside the ring. When this guy's on, look out. There he goes, crashing to the floor.
At 2016's Clash of Champions, it was another classic triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. It was Bayley versus the Boss, Sasha Banks, versus the champion, Charlotte Flair. The match started out more like a singles match between the Boss and the Queen. Bayley learned very quickly it was every woman for herself.
Nice job getting out of the way of that one. Byron, you spoke about Kofi Kingston's tables match against Sheamus at 2011's TLC event. Some people feel that match was one of the turning points for Kingston. That night, Kofi's usual fun-loving nature took a backseat to a more focused and offensively aggressive competitor. Kofi Kingston's focus was leaving TLC the new United States champion.
And that approach paid off, Michael. Kofi seized opportunity when Sheamus made a rare mistake. He drilled the Celtic Warrior with the Trouble in Paradise kick, and that set up Kofi to fly from the top rope and put Sheamus right through the table to earn the United States Championship.
There are so many different ways for a superstar to put their opponent through the table in a tables match. Some matches going for broke.
And up onto the table.
Cover your eyes, Saxton. This isn't for the weak of heart.
Sit out suplex.
Can't waste any time here.
Been eliminated.
Byron, before you mention the strategy some superstars have implemented for competing in a triple threat match, and that includes having a finishing maneuver to put someone away for the 1-2-3 and a submission to make them tap out. There are many superstars in WWE who can do just that, which makes them even more dangerous to opponents.
The way I look at it is you can never have enough weapons at your disposal, especially in something like a triple threat match. If a superstar can defeat someone by pinfall and submission, to me, they increase their chances of victory in a match where the odds are against them to begin with.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
You want to talk about WWE Hall of Famers taking things to the extreme? The first time many fans saw somebody put through a table was in 1984. Randy Macho Man Savage drove Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express through a table with a pile driver at the Mid-South Coliseum.
He's looking at it.
Oh, nasty impact.
I'm not sure how much he has left.
Corey, we've seen unbelievable championship matches and triple threat contests over the years. You're absolutely right. In fact,
This could be all she wrote. And he's heading back in. A win here in this triple threat match can go a long way in solidifying yourself as a serious threat to the rest of the locker room.
At 2016's Clash of Champions, it was another classic triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. It was Bayley versus the Boss, Sasha Banks, versus the champion, Charlotte Flair. The match started out more like a singles match between the Boss and the Queen. Bayley learned very quickly it was every woman for herself.
the triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship was another example of the incredible competition between the female superstars of WWE. Charlotte was physically dominant and fighting off the challenges of Bayley and Sasha Banks. At one point, the Queen even landed a moonsault on both their opponents at the same time. But the Boss and Bayley put it all on the line and kept fighting.
There were several near pinfalls during this battle, but in the end, as it should be, the Queen exhibited her genetic superiority by fighting off both her challengers. After drilling Bayley with a boot to the face, the Queen pinned the hugger and retained her Raw Women's Championship.
Irish whip!
He's looking a little off balance. And at this point, how much more does he have to give?
You'd have to think he came into this triple threat match with a plan. And I think it's safe to say that that plan has gone awry.
Yeah, but the good news is that he still appears to be in better condition than his opposition right now. Here's where one of these three superstars needs to make a statement and win this thing.
Spaghetti legs starting to kick in here, guys, which means we're likely nearing the end of this tables match. Looks to me like we're just moments away from one of these superstars being put through the furniture. How these superstars are even still in this match is beyond me, especially given how intense the match has been.
Olympic slam! Nice!
Great job escaping, trying to turn this thing around.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Irish whip! This is it.
This is what makes him one of the best in the business.
Nasty one right to the chest.
Ooh, what impact.
Beautiful technique.
The longer this fight goes on, the more wear and tear on each competitor. Who is going to have enough to pick up the win?
Putting it all on the line.
The end may be near. Cutter! Wow, I'm just as surprised as you guys are.
Nobody controls the pace of a match quite like this guy. What are we going to see here?
Hung up on the second rope. This has been a battle. I'll tell you what, this is one they'll be talking about tomorrow at work or school, that's for sure.
Given what we've seen so far, it's almost too bad that two of these superstars will walk out of here as losers. I don't know about you guys, but it looks to me like these superstars are on their last legs here.
I don't think there's any coming back from this type of assault. I wouldn't be surprised if he just passes out right here.
And things look bleak right now.
This one could go either way, guys. It might just come down to which superstar is the next to make a mistake.
A competitor has been
Oh, it's over.
eliminated.
What a triple threat match.